One of the core features you got to have in any task management system is definitely syncing. You really need your information to be able to move from platform to platform in order for your information to get with you at all times and be able to access that information wherever and whenever. And one of the awesome things about OmniFocus and the Omni group is that they have the Omni Sync server as part of the whole thing that comes together. It's completely free, doesn't cost you anything, and it's pretty easy to use. So let's walk through the process of setting this up. So if you just go to the Omni Group website, so just omnigroup.com, you will see Omni Sync server once you scroll down. And another way to get to this is you can just type in sync.omnigroup.com and get there as well. I just find it easier to just type in omnigroup.com and click on OmniSync server. Whenever you get here, you can either sign into your server if you already have one, but the thing we want to do here today is go ahead and sign up for a new account. So I'm going to click on sign up. Let's start syncing. Again, if you already have an account, you can sign in here. I'm just going to create a new account for this entire demonstration. So here we go. For the account name, I'm going to use Working with OmniFocus. I'm going to use my email address. If you guys are familiar with Text Expander, you'll see that I'm a pretty heavy user of that here. I'm going to create a new password for it. And I'm going to do that using 1Password, but again, that is behind the scenes of this whole thing. So entering my password, I've got everything filled out here. I'm going to be really awesome, and I'm going to speed read through all of the terms of use that they have here. There are some interesting things in there, but for the most part, it's just your run-of-the-mill terms and conditions. So I'm going to agree to that, create the account. And once you do that, it will send you an email that you will need to confirm in order to activate that account. And if I fast forward a little bit, you can see this email right here. So all I'm looking for is this finish registration link. I'm going to click on that. And there we go. I have my sync server set up. And I can go through a lot of information here. You can do the whole auto configuration process, download all of it. You can add the email address for mail drop, which we will do in another video. But the thing that I want to do right now is this auto configure piece for the Mac. So I am going to click on this auto configure. And what you'll see here is I have OmniFocus installed. And one of the things it's going to try to do is replace all of the settings that I have currently stored in the sync server. Now, I just set it up, so there's not any there, but I'm still going to hit replace settings because it's going to pull those in and start to use those in the background as well. So once it's opened it up and I'm looking at OmniFocus for the Mac, I'm going to click on Keep Data in the Cloud, and that's going to allow me to use that sync server that I just set up. Now, because I've already got that set up, I've got my username, typing in that account name. It's going to ask for that password that I entered on the website. Paste that in. And there we go. We are now ready to get started with syncing on OmniFocus. So you can read through some of this. You can jump into a number of these resources. I'm just going to get into the process and get OmniFocus pulled up. And there we go. I am into OmniFocus. If I were to pull up the preferences and look at synchronization, you will see that I now have the OmniSync server running, and I have the account name set up. It just got finished syncing, and you're good to go on the Mac. Now, if I transition over to the iOS side of things, now that I have that set up, I have the sync server set up. If I open up OmniFocus, and I just finished installing this for the first time, again, I'm going to click on Keep Data in the Cloud. And in this case, I'm going to go ahead and hit that sync server. Again, there's a lot of different ways that people have tried to do this in the past, especially with the WebDAV system. I've never seen that done successfully, which is why I'm going through the sync server piece, because to me that is easily the most successful and the easiest setup, as you can see as we're going through this. So if I click on the OmniSync server here, it's going to again ask me for that account name. Once I have that account name typed in, I can click on sync. It will ask me for that password again. Once I have that password typed in, hit OK. And this is where you're going to start, since we're just now setting up the OmniFocus app on the iPhone, you have a number of options that you can set up here. For now, I'm just going to skip through all of this information because we can always alter all of that in the settings when we get into the preferences and the general settings on your phone as well. So I'm going to go ahead and hit done here. And it will take me to my inbox. If I go back to the home screen, you pull down, go into settings, and you will see now under sync method that we have the OmniSync server set up and ready to go. Now, to see if this is working, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to click this quick add button, and I am going to create a new task. And if I hit save, something I'll do, and I'm going to pull this down just so you can see it, but in the top left corner you saw that the sync was running there, and almost simultaneously on the Mac, that task shows up. So now I know that the OmniSync server is set up and running, and we are good to go.